Today is July 13th, 2024, and today we've had an attack on freedom and democracy itself. If you're not aware, Donald Trump has been shot in the ear, basically a headshot, but God was there to save the day. Another inch could have spelled the end for our presidential candidate, and the only man that I truly believe is actually out for the people. This man is a billionaire and has absolutely nothing to gain from being a president other than wanting to see a better future for all of us. While I do not believe that he is the greatest person in the world, he has made mistakes, but nobody is perfect. The fact that someone is willing to take a shot at the president in a packed stadium, thousands of people in attendance with no care at all for their own life is absolutely insane. This world is coming to an end, and if you can't see the signs, I truly believe you're just a blind individual that refuses to believe in facts. While you can argue that Donald Trump has not always made the best decisions, you can argue far harder that Joe Biden is the worst president we've ever had in the history of the United States. I've never seen a president in my 31 years as a civilian of this country and this nation. I've never seen a president have to be handheld and led from the stage. I've never seen a president not be able to put together a competent sentence. Today has not only been an attack on democracy, but has been an attack on your freedoms. And ladies and gentlemen, if you can't see these facts for what they are and you can't make your own mind up, let me give you a little bit clarity. We are in a situation in this country where the little man is being completely taken advantage of. Your taxes, your cost of living, and everything is just absolutely through the roof and in a worse shape than we've ever seen in the history of this nation. We're on the downward slope to another depression. We're on the downward slope to another housing market crash. And I believe things are going to get far worse before they get any better. I just want to come in here and I want to show you guys the video of Donald Trump's reaction, and let me show you why this man is hands down the best decision you can make with your fucking vote. And I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to see the reaction of the man that just took a bullet for you and your freedom. Covered by CNN.
Old, that chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
I'm sure you was able to hear multiple shots there, and look at all the civilians we have in the background. Anybody with a functioning frontal lobe will know that that is absolutely insane. Look at all of those witnesses, and this person did not give a flying fuck. Who was able to get this close with any type of weapon? An absolute psychopath shooting from long distance and hitting the luckiest shot of his life while not lucky enough to complete his mission because he's an incompetent dumbass. This man was willing to risk it all. This man was absolutely willing to give his life behind the cause and the means of his actions here, and that's exactly what he did. The gunman has been killed, and thank fucking God. Let's continue the video. Let's continue the video. Shots are still going off.
Moving his hair. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Shooters down. Are we good to move? We're clear. We're clear.
Not a tear, no fear. This is the pinnacle of bravery right here. This man just took a shot to the head, be it in the ear or in the forehead, however you want to claim it, however you want to say it. This man just took a deadly shot. He could have died. Another inch to the right, it was over with. And he knows this. And I'm sure at this point he's in total shock. And the first instinct that most individuals will have is, I want to get the fuck out of here before some other nutcase tries to finish the job. But not this man, not this brave soul that we have absolutely mistreated and taken for granted. If you look at the current state of our democracy, our presidency, our Congress, our presidency and our government is built off the back of American citizens, born and raised American nationality citizens. That has been thrown out the window for equality. Equality's sake has reigned over the forefathers' vision for our country in today's day and age, and it's absolutely abysmal. Our Declaration of Independence, our Bill of Rights is literally being used as toilet paper by the left. I don't give a shit left or right. I don't care about Republican. I don't care about Democrat. I'm not a political type of person, but what I am, I'm an American, and I'm a very patriotic guy, and I love our country, and I want to see our country be what it was. I want to see our country back on top where it belongs. And this It's absolutely insane. Let's continue the video. That, if you have no other reason to vote for this man, he could walk off that stage and be a fucking billionaire. He could leave this country and never look back and live a fantastic life with him, his daughter, his women, and do whatever he wants to do. But instead, he's standing there bleeding from the head, ear shot up, and he's got his fist out letting the American people know that he is not done with this fight. Not a tear and no fear. This man just took a headshot and is walking off the stage, and not just walking off, needing to be dragged off the stage by the Secret Service as he stands there proudly, as he knows that this is nothing but more evidence that the Democrats have nothing going. They know they're losing. They know if this man comes into power, it will be problems for them, because you know what? He can't be paid for. Listen, y'all, the way that I see it, if that would have been Joe Biden in his shoes, I have no doubt he would have crumbled to the floor and been a sobbing mess. He would have thrown in the towel here, and we probably would have never seen him again without a juggernaut suit. The man would have been walking around in public looking like a Call of Duty kill streak. What we have here is a man that has nothing to gain and everything to lose. And the fact that he is willing to stand there and take a headshot and still try to address his people with a fist pump and a "I'm here," that should speak volumes for his character. And I want to point that out. So the shooter has actually been killed. The shooter is dead, and I actually have the story here. I'm going to read it to you guys. This is actually the latest news in the developments here. 2 people have died after a gunman opened fire at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania, with the former president also suffering a bullet wound to his ear. The U.S. Secret Service confirmed a suspected gunman fired multiple shots towards the stage from what they described as an elevated position outside of the rally view. They said the gunman had been neutralized by U.S. Secret Service personnel and was now dead. The agency also confirmed a spectator had been killed and 2 others critically injured. Trump said a bullet pierced his upper part of his ear during the incident, which took place while he was giving a speech on stage. I knew immediately that something was wrong when I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through the skin. Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening, he said in a post on his Truth Social platform. I want to thank the United States Secret Service and all of the law enforcement for their rapid response. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also the family of the other person who was badly injured. It's incredible that such an act can take place in our country. The incident unfolded as Trump was giving a speech at the rally in Pennsylvania. Suddenly, he appeared to fall to the ground, clutching his ear. He was quickly surrounded by armed security and stayed down around a minute. Screams from the audience rang out as the scene unfolded. And as we just seen, that is absolutely not true. He did not fall to the ground clutching his ear. He grabbed his ear and was like, "What the fuck?" and realized he was shot and took cover. Let's get that correct. This man did not take a shot and fall down all dramatic. No, he ducked for cover and came back strong. It's exactly what happened. Trump then rose to his feet, pumped his fist in the air, and shouted "fight" before being whisked off the stage and into a vehicle. He was quickly driven away from the scene. Video appeared to show blood coming from his ear as he left the stage. The U.S. Secret Service said Trump was now safe and that it had implemented protective measures around him. It also said that investigation had been launched and that it was treating it as an attempted assassination. This is now an active Secret Service investigation, and further information will be released when available. Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi said on post on X. The FBI also said that the agents were on scene. The FBI will continue to work jointly with the U.S. Secret Service and the investigation moves forward. Trump's campaign said he was fine following the incident. President Trump thanks law enforcement and first responders for their quick actions during the heinous attack. He is fine and is being checked out at a local medical facility. More details will follow. Meanwhile, Trump said a bullet pierced his upper part of his ear during the incident, which took place while he was giving a speech on stage. The good thing here, ladies and gentlemen, is this is very eye-opening for anybody that's actually an observant individual. Why have we not seen an attempt on Joe Biden's life in the last 4 years? Country is in the worst state it's ever been in. In 31 years, I've never seen our president be as incompetent and just as absolutely moronic as the guy we have right now. It's actually kind of embarrassing. The rest of the world is staring at us and just pointing their finger and laughing at our shortcomings here. What we have on that stage is not a president in the form of Joe Biden. What we have on that stage is a puppet in the form of Pinocchio. This man is the most lying, manipulative sack of shit I've ever seen. I've literally seen him do press conferences where he's had to pull out a piece of paper and say, do I read these names? The guy can't string together a coherent sentence. And if anything in this world should show you that there's corruption in our United States government, is the fact that we have never heard of an impeachment attempt on Joe Biden. It makes absolutely no sense that the left or the right are not willing to come in any shape, form, or fashion and try to impeach this man is absolutely insane to me. Where I'm going to conclude this video is with this image right here. What you're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen, is pure bravery, pure solace for the small individual. Most of these presidential candidates could not give a fuck about us. And this man has not one thing to gain by being a president. People think he needs the clout. People think, oh, he just loves attention. This guy's got enough money to buy any attention he wants. He does not need to be your president. Everybody already knows him. The situation stands behind, what are you gonna do? Together we stand, divided we fall. If they don't hear our voices today, they'll hear our muskets tomorrow. We need to stand together and come together as a country and stop worrying about pronouns and I identify as this and racism, things that they put in our path to divide us as a nation. We are the most divided people on the planet, and for no reason. For no reason. At the end of the day, we are all brothers in the Lord Jesus Christ. We're all brothers and sisters, and there's no need for us to be blind to the fact of what's going on right now. We've got something very serious and very evil going on in our country. I want you guys to understand that I'm not trying to persuade you to vote either way, and I'm not trying to get political. What I am trying to make you aware of is this man just took a bullet for our country because he can't be bought and paid for. This guy's got more money than anybody in that government, and they know that. They know that they have no leverage over him, and at the end of the day, he's going to do what's best for the American public. He does not always go the right way about it. He's a big mouth. He can piss people off, and we know that. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that he is a saint, because he's absolutely not. He has made very derogatory remarks before, and he has made some mistakes. But at the end of the day, your best interest is to vote for this guy right here. We're a nation built off of proper immigration. We have put a lot of situations and circumstances in place to ensure that we have the safest way possible to bring new individuals from other countries and other cultures into our civilization, which is fantastic. We love to see you guys, whoever wants to come over here and live the American dream. But at this point, that's all it is. It's a dream. If you wasn't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you have no chance of really coming from nothing and growing into something in the American society that we're dealing with today. If you just take a look at the housing market, your chances of ever owning a house at this point are slim to none. And unless you want to pay $400,000 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, and not even a half acre of land in an industrial district. At this point in time, buying a house is so out of the question for most people, it's just unfathomable. People are having trouble just buying groceries, let alone trying to buy a home. While Donald Trump might piss you off with his big ass mouth, can you name a man that was any better for our economy? Can you name a man that was more strong and more respected by our adversaries alike with our allies? The man has done so much for this country in the manner of your gas prices, your food prices, your housing prices. When we had Donald Trump in office, we had no real worries as far as the economy goes. And we put Joe Biden in there just purely out of spite, not because Joe Biden was the proper choice, simply because Donald Trump made people mad. That is the worst reason in the world to vote for somebody, because you don't like this guy. Like, he hurt my feelings, so I'm going to vote for this guy that can't remember his name. If you voted for Joe Biden, and if you have any interest in voting for Joe Biden in the year of 2024, I implore you to seek help, because your frontal lobe is damaged. You're literally a lobotomite plebeian moron. If you have any idea that you're going to vote for Joe Biden, I beg you to not vote, because you're just simply not mentally fit or capable to handle that big of a decision. And this is going to piss some people off, and I'm sure I'm going to see it in my comments, and I look so forward to it. Please come in there and start this debate with me, because, oh, buddy, I look forward to it. You have to understand, I stand behind America first and immigration second. I want whoever wants to come over here to get away from whatever situation they're dealing with to feel happy to do so. But you need to take the right course of action so we know we're not getting serial killers, rapists, and just the worst of the worst into our country as a whole. You need to think of your family. You need to think of your friends. You need to think of your job. You need to think of the future for yourself and the future for our country. This is a serious situation. They're not only trying to assassinate his character by pointing out and trying to literally put the man on the chopping block in court and send him to prison because of some tax evasion, which, mind you, every one of these piece of shit politicians do. Okay, they're the pot calling the kettle black. Yes, Donald Trump has made some serious fucked up situations happen in the business world to become the rich man that he is, but he took no further steps than any of these other piece of shit politicians that we deal with on a daily basis. All of these people are corrupt, but at the end of the day, I'll tell you what he don't got: anything to gain from China or Russia or Korea or anywhere else. The man is already made. But you know what the Democrats have? Plenty of reason to side with China. China has literally taken over the industry of goods. All of our goods nowadays say made in China. Your money and all that means nothing at this point. Our dollar is plummeting. If you just take a look at the prices of life, it's insane. What I am going to do, I'm going to leave you with this picture right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, make the right decision. Together we stand, divided we fall. They don't hear our voices today, they'll hear our muskets tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I've been the Traveler. Thanks for taking the journey. God bless you. God bless our president, Donald Trump. Trump for 2024. Make America great again, guys. You take it easy.